All music is the same. It's just a new set of lyrics and a new backbeat.
So, AndreGraziadei here from the Backbeat Experience, having a chat in a lovely little cafe here in Hamburg with JS Baciu from Jonas and a massive attraction.
Hello.
How's the tour going in Germany so far?
So far it's been wonderful.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, we're getting some good responses and more and more people from tour to tour, which that's a good thing, you know. Bob Lefsetz, do you know who? He's Bob Lefsetz.
Not familiar.
I'm subscribed to him onto his newsletter, and he says if your audience is not growing, you're doing something wrong. So I guess we're doing something right, you know, and it's developing, so it's very exciting for that. And everything else is great. You know, we love touring. If you're not made for this, you're not going to do it.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
This is our new home.
Our new home. Wow. It's nice to hear that Germany is your new home.
Yeah.
So, musically speaking, you come from a musical family background. I mean, how did you wind up? I saw you playing guitar in the rehearsal studio, and but you're playing bass in a band. So how did that come about?
I could tell you how I even started with my grandfather back in the day. I mean, my dad's dad was an opera singer in Romania. So unfortunately, he was never able to make a living as a musician. So he moved to Montreal, but he was a bass.
Ah, so
he was a bass.
Osmosis, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, who knows? But when he died, I wasn't playing bass yet. And then that same year, I think it was 11 or 12. I heard bass on the radio, but I didn't know it was bass. So I asked my dad, "What's that instrument? I love that." He says, "It's bass." I'm like, "I like it.
Sign me up."
Sign me up. At least what I thought. So we went to the music store with my dad on my birthday, and you know, the salesman took a guitar and started playing guitar, and I was like, "Oh, you know, that's cool." I was like, "But no, that's not it." And then he took a bass, started playing. I was like, "Oh yeah, I like that." He started doing all the other stuff, and I was like, "Yes."
It was like you felt it right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it was great. And I even think I remember the song. I think it was like some Miami Sound Machine, you know, like Gloria Stefan. It was fun. So I remember it, which is pretty cool. So that's how I got into bass.
So into music in general, or but then again, you say opera.
Yeah.
Do you sing too, or did that get passed down?
I can sing. I'm not a singer.
Okay.
You know, I'm a bass player. You know, I don't play bass. I'm a bass player. You know, and then there's other people who sing, you know, and they're singers. But I can do backup. So I guess I can kind of sing. But I wouldn't consider myself a singer. But yeah, I guess it was passed down. A lot of the music was passed down from my family. My dad sings, my dad plays piano, and a lot of people in my family has always been very musical. So.
But then there's some people, there's the old myth, you know, when they say, well, if you can't play an instrument, then you wind up playing bass in a band.
That's the difference between a bassist and someone who plays bass.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, considering that idea, I think of the bass line as certainly with the drums the backbone of the band. Do you play in the background, or if I think about Chris Wire from Yes, he almost plays a melody line. Mm-hmm. How do you approach it?
I mainly approach it as a backbone.
Yeah.
You know, the support. I'll support with the drums, lock in as much as possible with the drums, but I always try to add a musical aspect. It might be subtle. I'll just try to go get another note. I'll play two notes at once. Try to make the whole sound richer. Sometimes I'll even try to double what the guitar might be doing or the vocals. Try to go play around with that, but subtly. You know, I like it when it's subtle, not too in your face. That's kind of how I like to approach bass. Background, but thunderous. You know, I grew up listening to great bass players. You know, from Rex Brown from Pantera. Okay. You know, he always had this massive sound, and he was always able to support Dimebag. guitarist, man. It was just phenomenal in that band. And he had this very good support, and that's the way I approach it. Interesting lines, but still in the background it's all.
So how did you wind up being part of the Massive Attraction? This must be a funny story, right?
Well, funny, unusual. It was very unusual.
All right, this I gotta hear.
In 2006, I knew Jonas's bass player back then, and I got a call from him. Not from Jonas, from the bass player. He calls me up and says, "Hey, I can't play this gig. Do you think you can fill in for me?" Yeah, and I'm like, "Well, okay, you know, I'm open, I'm listening." And he says, "It's with Jonas." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And it's in Afghanistan.
No.
I said, "I'll call you back." So yeah, it was in Afghanistan. So
wow.
Finally, I ended up going, and that was over the Christmas vacation, 2006. So that was it. And then I was like, when I got home, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play in that band. That's the band I want to be in.
You were bitten by the Massive Attraction bug.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, all right, a year went by, and then a friend calls me up and says, "Call the guys. They need a bass player." Really? Okay, cool. So finally, things had progressed, and I got a call in 2008. It was Corey. Left me a message. He says, "We're going back to Afghanistan."
Yeah, but you went.
Are you coming?
You went at Christmas time. Did you get turkey?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
And the second time around, what time of the year was it?
It was March.
Okay.
And we went there with a whole bunch of hockey players and Blue Rodeo and yeah. So when Corey called, says, "You coming?" I didn't hesitate. I was like, "Yes, I am coming." So we spoke with Jonas. Says, "Hey, let's work it out, see how it goes." And it's been 5 years.
So what? You guys went on a base there?
Yeah.
In the country, you didn't see anything.
No. It was really mostly the airfield where everyone is stationed, and we got to go to Dubai, which was really cool. Went there twice, checked out the market, shopped a little bit, and spent a few days on the base, and every day they'd show us something different. They'd show us their guns, they'd show us their tanks, they'd show us all the vehicles. Hey, we could play with some toys. They let us touch some stuff, and it was fun.
But Army was never my thing. It couldn't be for you.
No, well, in what sense, no?
Sign up?
Oh, no.
It wouldn't take me anyways, I'm blind.
No, I'm diabetic, so they can't take me
there we go. Count us out.
Can't do it.
So, who's your favorite bass player? I know I read somewhere that Geddy Lee, his favorite bass player is Mark King from Level 42. Who would be yours?
I have many in different genres.
Okay, different styles.
Yeah, I don't think I can pinpoint one, but I can name a few in different genres.
Okay.
I mean, in the rock, I loved Jason Newsted, who played with Metallica, and he was a great pick guy, and good attitude, good feel. Rex Brown from Pantera. I loved also Rob Trujillo, who's now with Metallica, but I loved him back in the days of Suicidal Tendencies and Infectious Blues, because I related a lot to those guys in the sense that I kind of approach bass the same way, and Rob was funky, and I have that funk side also that I love. He was heavy. It was good, well-rounded. And if you think about more eclectic players, I love Les Claypool from Primus. That guy had just this way of thinking, which was very avant-garde. And in the jazz fusion, there's a guy from Montreal, Alain Caron. He was a huge influence on me growing up, so that's where I kind of developed all the techniques and stuff. Yeah, I mean, nowadays there's a whole bunch of guys, all the gospel dudes, the guy that plays with Snoop Dogg, Bobby Lewis, is great. I mean, I spend so much time looking at guys now, it's on YouTube, it's just, there's so many great players. I get influenced by all of these guys. I'm constantly looking and learning stuff.
So you still have a thirst to learn?
Oh, constantly, yeah. Learning new techniques, learning new lines, new songwriting processes, just finding new bands, exploring. I love it. I love it.
Well, the rehearsal process in the room that you guys had, I was fascinated by the way the band was able to just come up with stuff. Is that just always been like that since you've been with the band, or how have you guys approached it?
No, this time around was actually quite fresh, because back home in the last 2 years we've been so busy that we didn't even have time to meet up and rehearse or write new songs. So we all kind of wrote songs on our own and then present them to the band, see what sticks and whatnot. But until you really have a direction on where you want the album to go, it's kind of hard to write songs. So at one point we were just all writing stuff, sending out each other some ideas, and some songs were done and some songs weren't. But this time around, it was almost a fluke. Like one of the songs, actually all of the songs that we wrote on this little stretch, all started with a riff. Either it was a guitar riff or a bass line or a chord progression, and it just kind of brought us in that zone where it just flows. It was good.
The magic dust was there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean, the first song we wrote, we raised the level quite high, and then we were able to write 4 other great ones, or 3 other great ones, and we leave with material for 4 great songs, and plus the stuff that we had before. It's exciting to go home and work.
Look out for it, because it's going to be big.
Oh yeah.
So, you're in Europe now, you're going to be heading home, you're going to be playing the Paradiso very soon.
Yeah.
And what do you miss about back home? Being away from home?
All aspects. Everything a bit. I don't really miss home when I'm on the road. I for sure I miss my family.
Right.
I miss sometimes not doing anything. What do you want
Just
to do today?
relaxing.
I'm doing nothing. That is what I'm doing today. You turn the phone off, you turn the internet off.
Right.
And you close yourself off from the world for a couple hours or a day or 2, whatever you need. I miss that sometimes, but that happens 3 times a year, because when you're touring, you're around people constantly.
Right.
So finding time for yourself is a challenge. And I miss the regular exercise that I get when I'm back home, but I really miss my nephew.
Okay.
He's 1.5. He's the cutest man ever.
So family is
Yeah.
all right.
Important.
But that applies to most people. I would think most people, family is important.
Yeah, we're all family men, in the band. And it's important. I mean, it's not just because of us. I guess it's important values in the world, in life. That's just how we approach it, I guess. Or not even approach it. That's just how we.
That's just how it is.
That's how it is.
Well, JS, thank you very much for taking
Thank
time
you so
out.
much, Andre.
All right. Let's.